In this lesson, we are solving algebraic equations by undoing what has been done. Remember our function machine? To get or to solve an equation is when we have the output, we have the rule, but we need to find the input value. Yes, we've met you before, Draco, and we know that you're Zoot's best friend. So how old are you today? Twice as old as Zoot, and together you're 135 years old? Okay, that's new. Let us revise. What does it mean to evaluate 3x? 3x is an expression. So we replace the variable with an input number. So it's the same as substitution? Yes, we use substitution. So if x is negative 6, we say 3 times negative 6. We substitute the negative 6 for x, and we evaluated the expression. The expression's value is negative 18. The same for if x is 4, then the expression's value is 12. And if x is 0, the expression's value is 0. But what if I ask you this? What integer have I put in 3x to get the output value of 60? So it's easy to see it's 20 because of inspection, right? 3 times 20 is 60. But how can we get 20 using a flow diagram? So let's look at that question again, and I know it's easy. So let's see what happened to x. X has been multiplied by 3. We use a flow diagram with arrows to show that, to show the operation. And then we got the output number of 60. So it's like our function machine. So we can start now with the answer and undo what we've done to x. We divide 60 by 3. And that results in 20. So starting from the output and working backwards to find what the input was is called solving an equation using a flow diagram. So 60 divided by 3 is 20. What integer have I put in negative 3x to get the output of 60? So what happened to x now? We times it by negative 3. And that is equal to 60. So we start with 60, but divide by negative 3. And the answer is negative 20. So let's check our answer. Is negative 3 times negative 20 equal to 60? Yes. So an equation is an algebraic statement given an unknown variable or constant. Two algebraic expressions are equated to find the value of the unknown. So it's all about finding the value of that input number. So an equation is when one expression is equal to another expression, yes, but to find the unknown value. And we know that one way of finding the input number is if we have the output number, to start from the output and working backwards to find what the input was. And this is called solving an equation. What is the inverse or the opposite operation of adding 3? Subtracting 3. Multiplying by 5, dividing by 5. So if you add a number and then subtract the same number, you are back where you started. This is why addition and subtraction are called inverse operations. What is the inverse operation of multiplying by negative 5? It's not multiplying, not dividing by a positive 5, but dividing by a negative 5. The negative 5 is the number. The operation is multiplication and division. So it's really like undoing what you've done. So if you multiply a number and then divide by the same number, you are back where you started. This is why multiplication and then division are called inverse operations. Let's do a couple of examples. We have to solve this equation. We have to find the value of m. What has been done to m? First, your flow diagram shows that order of operation. So you times by 3, then subtract 2, and that is 16. To solve it, you start with 16, and what you did last when you worked with your expression, you have to do first. You have to first undo the subtract 2, so you add 2, and then you divide by 3, and that is 6. Let's check our answer. Is 3 times 6 minus 2 16? Yes. Let's solve this equation. What happened to the z? We did not subtract 2, we multiplied by negative 2, because negative 2 is the coefficient of z. Then we added 3, and that is 19. To solve the equation, we start with 19, and then we work backwards. We subtract the 3, and we divide not by a positive 2, but by a negative 2. The number is negative. It's the operation that we have to change. And that is equal to negative 8. Let's test our answer. Is negative 2 times negative 8? That gives us 16 plus 3 is 19. Yes, we solved for z. Let's try this one. What happened to p? We divided p by negative 4. Then we subtracted 3. That is 9. To solve for p, we start with 9. We add 3, that is 12. And we multiply by negative 4. And oopsie, that should be negative 48. So p is negative 48. Let's check our answer. Is negative 48 divided by negative 4 gives me a positive 12. And then if we subtract 3, we get 9. Yippee, we solved p. Let us look at the h problem again. 2x plus x is 135. We simplify the left expression to 3x is 135. Now we use a flow diagram. X times 3 is 135. So we start with 135 and divide by 3, which means x is 45. But is that what we wanted? Whose age did we want? X is 45, so that is suit. Therefore, Draco must be 2x, so Draco is therefore 90 years old. So, why do we have to know how to solve equations? To solve real life problems. Now we just need to practice.